Alright, y'all, it's Player Talk Radio. It's DJ Kuda back at the helm of today's show, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about on today's show. Let's get it. It's Player Talk Radio. We are in the building. It's DJ Kuda, man. Let's get it.
You're now in the mix with the young DJ Kuda.
Tonight we gonna be going in.
On the ones and twos.
Let's get it.
On Player Talk Radio.
Talk Radio. We are back in the building, man. It's DJ Kuda back at the helm of today's show. What is good? It is Player Talk Radio. Now, last night, if you guys are really attuned to what's going on, and especially in the conscious community, you would see that Young Pharaoh dropped a crazy ass show last night, nigga. I watched that motherfucking show. I was like, oh my god. Nigga, I was like, God motherfucking damn. And the crazy thing is that, and if you've been here on Player Talk Radio, you realize that we've been in it from the jump. Like the whole jump, we've been in it, bro. I'm like, whoa. Now, this been circulating around on the internet for a minute, and I really just haven't said anything about it, but fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and toot my own horn on today's show, and I'm gonna say it, is that Player Talk Radio and our contribution to this shit has been so underrated, it's crazy. Everybody that's made a Nature Boy video has found some type of success and things like that. Like, I got videos in the K's. Like, I do numbers. You understand what I'm saying? But it's like, damn. It's like, it's like, dang, the shit that we talk about on these shows are underrated. Because these have been the organic shows, and these have been the shows that are... Alright, in life, you have two different things. You have the organic and you have the mechanic. You have organs that are organic, that is a heart, and it's a liver, it's a spleen, it's a whatever. It's a vital function of the body. And then you have the mechanic, where I put gears together, I create an engine, I come up with a combustion system and all kinds of shit. We use gasoline. So you have an organic and you have a mechanic. And what I'm trying to say is basically, hold on, I got a lot of shit going on in the background. My bad, y'all. Get this shit together. What I'm trying to say is that we've been here from the jump. And I have to bring up the receipts. I have to bring up the real shit, man. It's 4:20 p.m. You know what time it is, man. Let's fucking get it, man. Now we 6 minutes into this goddamn bitch, and we are about to fucking embark on the glory of a lifetime. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring up the receipts on today's show about the Nature Boy series, because a lot of motherfuckers are too lazy to look back into Player Talk Radio's history. Because a lot of people just find out about me and they're like, who are you? Who is you? Nigga, we've been the MVP of the shit of what's going on. Not to discredit Black Ink, because Black Ink is underrated also. Not to discredit Mind Over Matter TV, because they are underrated also. But just to bring light onto what we've been talking about on this whole Nature Boy shit. I've been talking about this shit for a year. Don't believe me? I shared a show on April 23rd, which was... And you can go a couple more days later, nigga. What's today? Today is April 10th. Nigga, I'm giving you 13 days on the shit that I was talking about a year ago, bro. Real motherfucking shit. This was the longest show that Player Talk Radio had the first longest show Player Talk Radio has recorded. And I'm going to play that playback on today's show. And I'm going to show you how everything I said a year from today, before I knew about damn near all of this shit, was going to happen. I'm going to show you the receipts. Because niggas think that I'm new. Niggas think that this shit ain't... Bro, I'm not even going to play that yet. My man commented some real shit. The reflections to homie shit. Real shit. Man, let's get into this shit, man. Listen to me, dog. And I thank you guys for fucking with me for a whole fucking year plus on Player Talk Radio. I didn't expect this shit to get big. Bro, this is where the shit really took off, man. And I really... hope you niggas are really listening to me and really understand where a young nigga is coming from. Nigga, give me my motherfucking props. If you want to donate to this shit, which you niggas really should, because, nigga, I got the receipts. I got the real shit. I will roll that shit out, nigga. Tempt me. Email me at playertalk8@gmail.com. If you want to donate, go over to PayPal and donate to CUDAKID, the number 8 at yahoo.com, dog. Let's get this shit. Let's start where Player Talk Radio started this shit. Let's play the episode, bro. Let's go back. Let's really be on some real shit, because you motherfuckers really think that y'all gonna get some exclusive Nature Boy content. Nigga, I'm gonna show you the gold. I'm gonna run the jewels, nigga. I'm gonna break myself for this Nature Boy shit. Let's get it, bro. Because I told you niggas, man. I been told you niggas. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I studied this game. I'm in the game. I know how to play it. Let's get it, man. Here we go. Nature Boy Critique Show, Player Talk Radio. And I waited a couple days to put it out. Let's not forget that. It was put out April 23rd, 2017. Let's get it. Today's show, we're going to go deep into the game of deep consciousness and, deep. I been gave y'all conscious motherfuckers the game. Let's get it. Player Talk Radio. Show, for lack of a better word, is for the fake conscious community. And, real conscious people and the woke real people, shit. Man. This show is going to open a lot of eyes, and it's going to show you a lot and teach you a lot about yourself. So let me give you the context before we get into this real game, all right? We under 12 minutes in this bitch. Let's get you to the real shit. I don't give a fuck who over here listening, man. Let's get it, bro. What we talking about is we did a show where we covered Yada, all right? And I'm going to bring that up in the future because, see, nigga, I got the content for your bitch ass, bro. Listen to this shit. We were talking about how these fake conscious dudes use the game to get bitches. And we were talking about how it's a form of simping and how you niggas need to really be adapting ahead on what you talking about. And we broke the game down. So I'm going to let myself from a year ago talk to y'all right the fuck now. And we're going to come in. We're going to get it real smooth like this. Let's get it. Situation, just questions that you have to ask. So if you're conscious or know anybody conscious, please direct them to this show. Today we're going to go all the way in. So listen, man, let's get back into the mix, man. It's DJ Young Kuda on the ones and twos, man. I'm going to get into the mix and then we're going to get on with the show, man. So listen, man. Email me at playertalk8@gmail.com. Nigga, I'm about to step off. Y'all better listen to this goddamn game, man. Y'all niggas tripping.
Metro Boomin want some more, nigga. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. Motherfucking warrior. If a nigga think he better than me, would they heat him? And I sure wanna meet him. If a nigga think he better than me when he please him, man, I sure wanna meet him. If a nigga think he better than me when he tease him, man, I sure wanna meet him. If a nigga think he better than me when he eat him, man, I sure wanna meet him. Pull up my badges and ride him on top of the runners. Looking like, what did you say? Stop up in that bitch straight over just like a sinner. Fuck him with the F in there. She like to take mileage, she probably cancel with the thug. If I fall in love, I then they glove her. These bitches know I'm not ballin', these bitches know I'm not testing. They want a PD, I'm thug, and then nip it in the bud. This announcement should be publical. I wanna come from Uranus. I'm living my life mechanical. She leave white stains on my jeans. I'm a Red Bull, I need wings. She let Metro get between. He blings, he fiends, he Billy no jeans. He wings, he mad, she try call the scene. Pull up in the panorama, let it read Melissa, wanna hit it from the finish. Illy nigga living while me turn up on the partner now. I know they coming been there. Hit you from the front line, been there, sit now, on top, flin' it. Young thugger, be a kind motherfucker, hit you in the Maybach, close, curse hands. Warrior. If a nigga think he better than me, would they heat him? And I shouldn't meet him.
That was the Sunday mix.
Better than me when he please him, and I shouldn't meet him.
Player Talk Radio.
Think he better than me when he tease him, and I shouldn't meet
I
him.
got this nigga on a Sunday. Come on, man.
Second part, hold on.
Warrior. My ring is the solar, my diamonds are shiny, they base with Napoleon. My diss what they holding, they need to let go for a stretch like for rollers. The strippers I noticed, and now they ass fast and they fuck up my focus. No, I didn't call up my brother, no call out my woody, they put up a notice.
Alright, so let's get into the game, man. Today is motherfucking Sunday, man. Today.
Hold on. You can have that bag.
Hold on.
I just had it in a trial spot for sure. I swear I just saw my brother get a fucking life sentence. And I know my mama's still in pain. I swear I'm a killer, man. I catch him in the village. Fuck nigga did change of the game. You put the hell a nigga down for the chain. You put the hell a nigga down for the rain. I swear I'm chilling in things. I'm trying to maintain my
Alright, let's get into the game.
Go insane.
Man, check my old shit out, nigga. Let's get it.
Game, man. How's y'all day today, man? It's Sunday, man. My bad, I'm in here bullshit.
Real shit.
Alright, so today, man, we're gonna go in real deep today, man, on the game. Hold on, man. I gotta introduce y'all to somebody. I gotta introduce y'all to somebody before I get into this game, man. This is gonna be a ritual, man. Well, I ain't gonna introduce it to nobody, man. Alright, let's get into today's game. For real, I'm supposed to be serious today, so we're gonna get real serious today. It's just my goofy spirit. My bad, y'all. Alright, let's get into today's game.
Damn, Kuda. Why you do him like that, baby?
I had to. I'm sorry. I had to. Alright, so today's game, man. Listen, man. We're gonna talk about fake consciousness, people. I do not like fake conscious people. I do not like hotep niggas. I do not like people that, that I just, feel I don't like that shit. That's all I'm gonna say. I just don't like that shit. You can tell when somebody's running game, and I don't like that shit. But a lot of y'all went to church today. And a lot of my listeners and followers are going to be Christians. And I'm just here to challenge your beliefs, man. I mean, it's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a Christian. I fuck with Christians every day. And, it's not the religion, it's the person. You know what I'm saying? That I fucks with. So, don't think that, he hates Christians, he hates me. No. My problem with, religion and, fake conscious people. But we can talk about religion. We're gonna jump back and forth between religion and conscious people. So, I'm just saying, like when it comes to stuff like the Bible. So let's start here. Let me get my music back. So when we talk about the Bible, you can't trust the Bible. The Bible is basic instructions before leaving Earth. But I'm just here to say, you really can't trust the Bible because, nowadays it's not read in the proper context, man. Real talk. The Bible is not read in the proper context today, and you can't apply fucking 1804 logic to 2017 situations. Now, granted, I understand that, hold on, I want to sound beautiful. Hold up. Now, granted, I understand that, certain rules and laws of certain things are gonna always remain the same. The game is the same, just the names change. You dig what I'm saying? Certain laws and certain rules are always gonna be, remain the same. But the Bible today and in the days of yesterday and, hundreds of years before, it's not read in its proper context. A lot of things in the Bible, Jesus wasn't talking to the common folk like me and you. You know what I'm saying? He was talking to his disciples. A lot of things that he says and things like that are taken out of context, way out of context. And this comes with, knowledge and philosophy and learning about things and doing your research on certain things, man. Reason why I'm here, I do my research on certain things, man. Are y'all ready for this conversation we about to have? Let's get it, man. Niggas talk about let's get it, but we gonna get it today. So, he wasn't talking to us. He was talking to his disciples. If you want to be technical, the Bible was written 300 years later after all of the stuff, all the facts, all of that stuff transpired, man. You gotta understand. In Greek history, in Greece, or Rome, or wherever you want to date shit back to. Hold on, let me change up the music real quick because it's gonna kind of stifle what I'm talking about. So back in like Greek and Rome and Greece, let's say in the Greek history, because see, the Greek history, they got their history from the Egyptians.
Real nigga shit.
Egyptians studied cats. There's a lot of people don't know. And I want to talk about Nature Boy today in particular. I'm going to talk about Nature Boy. Nature Boy kind of inspired today's show. We're going to go in on Nature Boy soon. So, just a little bit, though. I respect the brother, just a little bit. We're going to do some constructive criticism because I was on his line last night and they miraculously didn't answer my call when they did their first, stream. But it's cool. We're going to get into it. We're going to see what's up. But the Bible was written 300 years later, man. In Greece, Constantine II, the perversion of the Bible, and what I mean by perversion for those that are less intellectually inclined, the way the Bible was written differently to control the masses was around that time, To help conquer people and rule the land, you have to have religion and philosophy behind the religion. We're gonna go in that later, ladies, about how you get swindled by these conscious simps and stuff, and these niggas kicking their philosophy to you, man. But at the same time, I'm kicking philosophy also. It's a doozy. We can go into the psychology of words and things like that, but for the sake of religion, we're gonna stick on to religion today. So 300 years later, man, and then most people, they read the King James version of the Bible, and the King James version of the Bible is actually King James. It's King James' interpretation of the Bible. He's gonna edit the Bible from his point of view. King James, people don't know, was also gay. King James also wrote the first demonic Bible around the same time he wrote the actual Bible. Did you know that? Look it up. And the type of women that get caught up into, niggas and hotep niggas, the common woman that gets swindled into it is the fake conscious broad. There's a lot of fake conscious broads walking out around here, fellas. Bitches wearing onks and shit and have all these deep scriptures tattooed on them, and she thinks she's conscious, but bitch, you just smoke a little weed, bitch. She smokes a little weed. She knows a little bit something about her zodiac sign. She don't really know nothing about the houses. She talks a little bit about, maybe the spiritual realm. Get you a broad that talks about jinns and stuff, the unseen. Somebody that can tell you something. There's a lot of fake spiritual broads out here, man. They come a dime a dozen, man. They used to be my favorite type of woman. Not anymore until I, peel back the layers. Like these Erykah Badu bohemian type girls, man. It's a doozy. But they get swindled by these conscious dudes because they're the free flower girl. You have to find you a good free flower girl. The free flower girl, she can be consciously upgraded. Anybody can be consciously upgraded, actually. But the free flower girl, she can be swayed and swindled because she's open to anything. You know, she smokes weed, and she gonna want to hear a little bit of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? She's like the outdoors, adventurous type. You know, it could be through her experiences or through her astrological sign. It's a doozy. But she can be really pretentious and silly and goofy. You know what I'm saying? There are those types. I know you hear me, ladies. I'm talking to you. I'm gonna start running the same game, these little simps. I ain't gonna do that to y'all, man. But I'm exposing it. I'm showing y'all what it really is, man. She can be pretentious and silly and, goofy. I'm goofy. So I really know the type of girl that I'm talking about. But listen. Cut the music. She can be pretentious, silly, and goofy. And, pretentious, silly, and goofy girls, they get into a lot of dumb shit. And they get taken advantage because of their, pretentiousness, their silliness, and their goofiness. They get into a lot of dumb shit. And stupid ways of thinking. Sometimes they're a little bit overly optimistic. But, being overly optimistic, it makes them really gullible. So a lot of times when a guy's kicking philosophy to them or making a little bit of, kind of a little, just the tad bit type of sense to them, they'll buy into it. So let's get into the game, man. Let's get deeper. Let's go a little bit deeper real quick. I'm gonna go more deep, okay? Y'all kind of get what I'm talking about? Are y'all following me? So we're gonna talk to you ladies about turn this down right quick. So we're gonna talk to you ladies about, completion today. Because King James, and we're talking about the Bible, ladies, because I'm just playing off of the whole simp thing that I've been sharing lately about, the religious simps. We're going in on conscious religious simps today, the hoteps. Even though I went in on it in the past, but we're just gonna go a little bit deeper. Because I promised y'all I would go a little bit deeper. And what better day than Sunday? Okay, so King James was gay. All these, these priests and prophets and stuff, when you get to a higher level in consciousness, god damn, consciousness, and hierarchy and religion and stuff like that, and you become this teacher and this prophet, you start getting into crazy talk. It'll happen to me too, but I have a reason for it, and I'll show you exactly. I'll break down the game. But these priests and these Vatican niggas and these African bombadas and people and stuff like that, these higher up guys, it's a spiritual meaning behind a lot of stuff. You start talking about, demons and voodoo and all kinds of weird shit and unseen shit. This is what comes with hierarchy and learning positivity and lighting incense and using sage and all this stuff. You're practicing not mediocre, or you're practicing lower forms of voodoo. And the more deeper that you get into your spirituality, you're gonna start getting into weird and crazy shit because you're gonna start practicing voodoo and weird shit that that things aren't politically correct. You're gonna start to get into a realm where you're studying things that are of the unseen world because you're tapping into your consciousness. But that's some other game. But I say that to tie into the lesbian and gay community, and just, I know it is a huge flip. I just made a huge flip. I know you're like, what? Because you're looking at shit from a politically correct standpoint of view. But listen to what I'm saying. These kings and these high priests like King James, dudes that write the Bible, why they're gay and shit is because they get into the spiritual realm and the spiritual world so deep. And, the reason why white supremacy and people don't like gay things, I'm not saying you should be gay, I'm just giving you some clarity on it from a spiritual perspective. Oh, my mind's all over the place today. But we're gonna talk about completion, ladies. And the thing is that, King James was gay. The nigga that wrote the Bible, he's gay. And the thing about it is, I don't know where to start on this conversation because this is crazy. Being gay is a preference. I don't have nothing against the gay community or things like that, but some, women, they run to religion and things like this because they don't understand their situation or what's going on a visceral level. Look up the word visceral level. Everything I'm talking to you about, I want you to take it on a visceral level. Look up the word visceral. But let's get back to what I'm talking about. My bad. My mind's all over the place. King James was gay. And these higher up guys that, study religion and call themselves teachers and master teachers and stuff, them niggas start dabbling into crazy shit. I'm telling you. When you go deeper into your spirituality. So we're going to talk about completion today, ladies. People talk bad about the gay community and the lesbian community. But listen, I don't subscribe to none of that stuff. But I do understand preferences out here, learning women and males and stuff and being in a dating game and understand how both sexes perceive things. This is a game. So, people talk bad about the gay and lesbian community, but you got to understand what it is for what it is. So, it's a preference. And it's a lot of times a fad in a lot of cases. But we're going to go into what it is and, with why somebody turns gay and what they're trying to do. Because when somebody turns gay, they're trying to complete themselves. And this will make sense to when you get to the end of this recording. I'm gonna break deeper game down later on. But you have to understand there was a spiritual meaning behind being gay. Whether you're gay, heterosexual, I got the fucking hiccups, man. Being gay or heterosexual or whatever you want to call yourself, whatever your preference is, because now you have so many people mixing up these terms and all this other shit. It's all to confuse you. You're either straight or you're gay. Or curious. You dig what I'm saying? That's the fine line. That's the silver lining. But you have to understand there was a spiritual meaning behind being gay. When you turn gay, and this is why white supremacists don't like the average person being gay, because there's a hierarchy of white supremacists that is gay. White supremacists, they don't like the average person being gay. But when you go higher up on the religious ladder, priests and, prophets and all this stuff in high positions, they turn gay. It's because it was a spiritual meaning. Not gay, but God. See, their logic is when you've mastered yourself as a man, you've mastered women. And when you master women, then you have to master your fellow man. You start off straight. You master yourself to the point that you master women. And then once you master women, you master man. And when you master man, you master mankind. You master being human beings. This is their logic. And then when you master mankind and you master being human beings, there's nothing left else but to be but a god. You're a god. You see what I'm saying? So when you've mastered yourself as a man, you master women. And when you master women, then you master man. And a man that master women's a master man is a god. He has to be. In this realm, in this spiritual plane right now that we're in, that we call Earth, this existence that we call Earth, a man, this is their logic. A man that masters himself masters women, and when he masters women, he masters man. And who's the master of woman and man? God. Animals too, but see, when you come into human philosophy, deers and birds and shit don't think like this. We're really similar. We are natural creatures that adhere to certain codes, the laws of the universe, whether God exists or not. Whether you're swindling women in the Tahitian desert like shit, saying that you believe in God, but then in the next sentence say that you're God. I believe in God, and I believe that I am God also, which is funny. But there's different meanings behind what I'm saying. It's weird, man. But I do believe in enlightenment. That's what I'm saying. But that's their mindset. But we're going to touch on that later. So let's talk about religion. After let's just talk about religion. Because it's a man-made construct. There's a lot of fear in religion. Religion is fear-based. Religion says you should worship something, but don't question it. Just worship it for the sake of worshiping. Become a follower by proxy. So let's talk about religion and fear. Religion is based off of fear, which is a human element. Religion is fear expressed. The human element of religion is fear expressed. So, on two levels, you have to understand fear. You're either afraid to die or afraid to live. But to truly live is your initiation to death. And to truly live, your initiation is death. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about living in the now. Your life is all about gonna be about living in the now, right now. You're breathing. You can take what you're saying. You're listening to every single word. You're conscious right now, listening to what I'm saying. You're alive. You can move. Your body's not on autopilot. You're in manual. And it's always going to be a philosophy in your life to define your existence here on earth and try to make sense of what's going on around you in your life. This is how it's so easy to get sold the concept of religion, because they're going to tell you things that's going to happen in your past, your present, and your future, and how you should feel about certain things is going to make sense. But a lot of this stuff is the law of the universe. And we all adhere to laws and rules on a daily basis. See, with meditation, which we all should meditate at least half an hour a day, you have to change what's called in your body before you really start to learn or think about learning is an internal clock. You see, I told you, you're three people. You're your mind, your body, and your soul. People get wrapped up into telling you that you're your mind. You are not your mind. People get wrapped up into telling you that you're your body. When you look in the mirror, you see your body, but this is a vehicle. Your body is a vehicle, and the vehicle is designed to get you from point A to point B. What you have to understand is that you are your soul. When you break the body, you die. When you die, the body is broken. And your body automatically loses 2 ounces. Your soul weighs about 2 ounces. Your soul is who you are. The eyes are the window to the soul. Your eyes can be deceived. Your mind can be deceived. You see, your mind is an instrument. How well do you play your instrument? Your mind is a tool. How well do you play your tool? Do you have an optimistic mind or do you have a pessimistic mind? Eckhart Tolle talks about a concept of watching the thinker. And watching the thinker is watching your mind. And who's watching your mind is going to be your soul. But see, your mind is so vast and powerful is that your mind is going to put your interpretations of how you watch your mind into it's going to try to make sense of it into a construct so it can understand itself. But what you're doing is you're judging yourself on a higher level of thinking. Dangerous levels of thinking. So what happens is you have to learn how to watch the thinker. You have to learn how to watch your mind and be unbiased about your mind. Just the thoughts, whether they're positive or negative, it is going to be what it is. But you have to watch and see if you have a positive mind or a negative mind. Do you view your cup half full or half empty? You have to be intimate with your mind and learning how to use your mind as an instrument, because you are not your mind. Your mind is your advisor. That's why people talk to themselves. You suggest things to yourself. Your mind tells you things. It's a guideline. It's a precursor. It's just there. Don't confuse being God as your mind. Your mind is here to understand God. You play this instrument to understand. But anywho, we're going to get deeper into that. So now I'm going to bring into existence a word called conscience. Conscience. Now let's break down the game on the word conscience. We're teaching class. Church is in session. Class is in session. You have two definitions of conscience. Two definitions are a moral sense of right and wrong, especially as felt by the person and the effect on the behavior that this person is exhibiting. Everybody knows right and wrong. And it's an inner feeling as to the goodness otherwise of a person's behavior. Sometimes you do stuff wrong and you don't feel no type of way because you don't understand it is wrong. Sometimes you do things right and you understand that it's the right thing to do. That's where the concept of equality comes from. If you listen to my past show, you'll know about that. So, people get swindled. People get swindled in manipulating and embracing their lower selves because they have ego. And your ego is going to be the death of you. Ego is terrible. You don't want to feed your ego. You want to be selfish and selfless. You want to be selfish enough to understand that you matter. But at the same time, you want to be humble about your selfishness. You cannot do that with embracing your ego. So people get swindled and manipulated into embracing their lower selves because they are taught to embrace their ego. I use my ego a lot. But I understand what things are for. You know what I'm saying? But this is a spiritual show today. But your ego is going to interpret your reality in a jaded way. It's going to fuck you over. And it's going to interpret your reality in relation to, defining yourselves and your environment. That's the last thing you want to have, defining yourself and your environment, your ego, because you're going to be fooling yourself. It's bad enough that you're American. Being American, that's a doozy right there in and of itself. So you're going to have to learn how to not be easily swayed. You're going to have to learn how to question everything. As a woman today, you have to understand that these religious simps and hotep dudes, they're controlling your conscience. The key word in conscience is con, such as confidence, like in the word confidence. Con is to swindle and deceive, is to, reason against and convict. Fellas, the way you get women too is to challenge their beliefs. You challenge them. This is how you stand out to them. You don't go along with the shit that she's thinking all the time. They test you. But science, it's a branch of knowledge. You have to learn the science of stuff. Conscience. Science on conscience is a branch of knowledge or study, dealing with a body of facts and truth. Systematically arranged and showing the operation of general laws and mathematical science. And, rules, through knowledge and observations and experimentation. Conscience, man. So, conscience can be used to swindle or deceive, a person's understanding of, systematic knowledge. And science showing the operation of general, laws. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of women don't realize they're lost following these hotep dudes, man. You don't realize that you're lost, man. Half y'all don't already know that you're lost. You have to understand, man. We've been taught the truth about ourselves and the world that we live in wrong. So your problem is not learning, it's how to unlearn. So your problem is learning how to make sense of all of this, man. But we'll touch on that later, man. I'll give y'all some game. I'm just giving y'all some game. But see, my problem with religion and fake consciousness is that it's attacking women on a large scale. Women are followers, man. They're not in a lot of cases they're not taught to question things or know how to ask profound questions from things, because a lot of times, they're not laced, especially women of today. Let's talk about black women, man. You're not laced by no real dudes in your life. So you're looking for a male figure that's speaking a little bit of sense, just like what I'm doing right now. But I'm giving y'all the game. I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm not up here to swindle y'all. I don't give a fuck. You see how I talk. So you have to understand what type of niggas are you choosing to be your teacher about certain shit. My problem with religion and, you know, fake conscious people, because a lot of people get so deep into their consciousness that they're fake, you know, it's attacking women. You know, you got so many people out here that claim they're for women, and they're pulling women in, and they're selling them, you know, all these false hopes and dreams and things about themselves, and calling themselves gods, and engaging in their emotion, and, you know, exciting their imaginations to a point they start crying. They're like, yes, I have learned a lot about myself. You know, things that have already been there and shit. You know, they're calling them and engaging their emotions and their imaginations to the point, you know, women, you start bullshitting yourselves, man. You start bullshitting yourselves. And it's all fun and games until a nigga get you out the city and you're butt naked in the middle of Brazil with some nigga wearing some loincloth and a staff, yelling at you to go drink some broccoli juice. You don't want to drink that shit. Nigga out here yelling, man, drink this broccoli juice. And if you don't drink that broccoli juice, ladies, you're a demon. Let me stop fucking around, man. You know, I'm just saying, y'all, man, it's all gravy until the West Scandinavian. you in fucking Brazil and shit fucking around. You know what I'm saying? It's all it's all gravy till a fucking West Scandinavian tarantula come and bite your ass on the ass. Cause you're out in the sun trying to soak up some melanin. Drinking broccoli juice and you don't know what the fuck going on, man. I'm here to tell you what the fuck going on around here. Let me stop playing around, man. But the reason what I'm saying is, man, you know, it's all fun and games until a South Jamaican python runs upon you or get your ass when you in the hut one day bullshitting. Let me stop fucking around, man. I'm just playing, man. I'm goofy. But y'all need to be conscious, man. You know, them tribes and shit, you know, niggas out here starting these days, man, they fall apart, man. You're fucking humans, man. Get so wrapped up into thinking you're God, you know, you start practicing lower level consciousness because you're not in tune with the world. Meditate. Stop listening to your mind all the time. Your mind is gonna trick you. Your mind is indoctrinated. It's too late. It's too late, ladies. Meditate and gain some clarity, man. And learn more about your knowledge and the dynamics of your mind, man. I can talk to you about neurology. I can talk to you about how certain things affect your prefrontal cortex and all of that shit. I can talk to you, man. A nigga talking to you about higher level consciousness is gonna be telling you and talking to you about both hemispheres of the brain. Everything that, you know, below the neck is lower level consciousness, like drinking alcohol, smoking, and, you know, things of that sort. Smoking is not lower level consciousness when you practice it to a certain degree, but that comes with later on. I'm gonna tell you later on what's going on about that, even though it's a bad habit. But, you know, you have to change your consumption or how you consume, but we're gonna talk about that later. But anywho, you know, don't get your ass bit by no Jamaican python bullshitting because you wanted to learn more about yourself, man. You know, I understand it's good to be out there in the wild. It's good to vacation and get away from this madness. You know, the city ain't no easy shit to live in, man. It'll mentally burn you out, man. Trust me, I take vacations. I've been to Hawaii and shit. I done seen tropical. I've been in Jamaica. I've been to Florida. Certain parts. I ain't no rookie in this shit, man. I'm just letting you know. But them tribes fall apart, man. I can genuinely say I'm a fool, man. And one thing is you can't do is fool a fool. You ain't gonna fool no fool. I'm a master bullshitter. I'm a fool, bro. I'm a fool. One thing you can't do is fool the fool, man. But I'm really smart. I'm a man that knows that he knows nothing at all. See what I'm saying? I'm not gonna have an ego and tell you that I'm a teacher and really always tell you that I'm better than you, because I'm learning. We all learn. As long as you're here on earth, you're gonna be a student of life. Always remember that. You're gonna be a teacher and a student of the game. That's why I decided to take on the role of just, coming on here and talking about some game. But back to what I'm saying, man. Tribes like that, they fall apart because, we ain't dumb. We ain't dumb. We ain't stupid. Like, I'm looking at this shit like, you're out there fucking. They're just keeping 100. You're out there fucking. And you're walking around butterball naked, eating berries and shit, having crazy ass orgasms. You done found yourself a stud. You're out there fucking. You want to leave the world. You want to walk around butt naked. Women always want to walk around butt naked. Fellas, you got your girl. She always want to walk around butt naked in the house or just butt naked in general. It's an attention thing, too, because they know you look at them. And it's just being free. It's just being open. Sometimes, ladies, I ain't getting on you for walking around butt naked. Sometimes, you got to let your bra loose. You got to let your shit sag. Sometimes you got to see your natural shape and shit. I understand. But you're walking around butterball butt naked, eating berries, when you get into this consciousness shit, and then you leave, and then you call yourself learning shit about yourself, but you're really not. You kind of just bullshitting. If you really don't know what you're doing, not just saying all of y'all are out there doing that. Nobody, and not everybody. I'm just saying the average person doing that. Yet there's a right way to do something wrong. Anywho, y'all out there fucking. But that's what I want to say. I know y'all out there fucking. Just be 100. There's a spiritual side. You ain't gonna be no young person out here and not be fucking, exhibiting all these emotions and getting spiritually in tuned. And y'all out there having orgies and shit. I know what goes on. But listen, it's a great getaway. You're out there having crazy orgasms, and what's going to happen is you're going to fall apart. And it's going to fall apart. Because, somebody's heart and their emotion is going to get involved in the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers out there, they got statuses and shit. I'm a nigga that I will have an executive job and I will not be discouraged or not proud to even pick up a broom. I'll pick up the broom. I treat the janitor with the same respect I treat the CEO with. But what it's gonna do is y'all got titles and shit out there. It's gonna fall apart, especially on the women's behalf, because with the men and shit, I'm gonna tell y'all. But motherfuckers gonna get their hearts and their feelings and shit. They're gonna start getting involved in the shit, whether it's the man or the lady. You know what I'm saying? Have you noticed? Women. They're gonna. I don't know how I'm gonna break this down, man. Women. I hate to say it, y'all are some of the most inconsistent creatures by nature. You're inconsistent because emotions. Emotions is like a wave. Logic is like A and B. But in between logic, a lot of times there's a wave to get to A and B, if that makes sense. But emotions are like a wave. Waves, they're consistent with flow, but they go up and down. They go middle and low. They go low, they go high. When you talk about waves and frequencies and vibrations. So by nature, you're not gonna be consistent. You're gonna get mad. You're gonna get angry. You're gonna get happy. You're gonna, Where's a guy we can be chilling all day, because guys, you have to be that emotional rock. I'm just saying. Just keep it 100. Just keep it real with yourself. Keep it real with yourself. You're already out there bullshitting. So don't get mad at me for what I'm saying. Just keep it real with yourself. And what happens is, where it's going to fall apart is that it's going to come down to a point where checking is needed on the man's behalf. And women are going to be needed be checked, especially when you're teaching them knowledge. Women are some of the most rebellious. I've raised a lot of women and taught a lot of women, trust me, in different shit. I've laced them with game. And you're going to be rebellious and think that you know shit and not, you know what I'm saying, not know the severity of shit, because a lot of women, they don't live in reality. They fool themselves on a daily basis. Let's just keep it real, man. So you're going to need to be checked or do something where checking is needed. And this is where you'll see the type of person that you're following. This is where you'll see his philosophy. And you'll see where it takes you, ladies. Where he draws the line with it. Y'all follow these conscious dudes and be out there. But I'm talking about a certain person and I'm talking about Nature Boy. I kind of touched on him earlier. I mean, I'm trying to Nature Boy inspired today's show. Let's just say that. And somebody called him a jungle pimp, but you know, I do see the good in what he's doing. He's helping people and, you know, teaching women to value education. But I was talking about, you know, simps and, you know, guys, how they, Hotep niggas, how they feed y'all, you know, these fake religious, you know, narratives and stuff, you know. Not saying that's what he's doing, but I can see what he's doing, you know. He's helping, you know, people, and he's teaching women to value their education, you know. And Dr. Sebi, I fucks with Dr. Sebi heavy. So, you know, and it's always good to, you know, learn how to eat better and stuff like that and be alkaline and stuff like that. And, you know, all of that stuff is cool. You know, there's nothing wrong with getting in touch with your roots and in nature because, you know, we're animalistic beings and on this planet. We do have superior thinking. But we do have to adhere by laws and rules of the land. So, you know, sometimes you'll find yourself in the middle of nowhere. And sometimes in the middle of nowhere, you'll find yourself. So I understand that. But see, I don't believe in Christ consciousness. There's a term in the religious community called Christ consciousness. Because, you know, like I said, the Bible has been taken out of context. And we're reading it in the wrong context. Because Christ consciousness is another man's documentation of what he perceives Jesus' interpretation of enlightenment. Because it's all about enlightenment. And Jesus specifically said, what I can do, you can do also. And what he's talking about is enlighten yourself. A man cannot believe in Jesus and not believe in the Trinity. This is where motherfuckers' logic on Christ consciousness falls apart. You cannot believe in Jesus and believe in the Trinity. Because to accept Jesus and accept the Trinity and accept Jesus' philosophy, you believe that the Trinity is the Holy Spirit, God, and Jesus. Which makes no damn sense. Because those are three men. Where is women in the equation? Women always have to be the equation. The equation came from Egypt, the original Trinity. Jesus' life was written after Hebrew. Look up Hebrew. The equation of the original Trinity is man, woman, and child. Usually son. The importance of man in today's day and age is gone. There is no importance. Manhood is looked down upon. And women get easily swindled because they have questions that I'm going to tell you today. And they get easily swindled because they have questions about themselves that can't be answered. And those questions about themselves can't be answered because they get swindled by these simps and these dudes out here feeding you knowledge about yourself, telling you that you're a god and you're a queen and you're doing all of this shit, but you don't know why you're a god and a queen. You're doing all of this shit to understand why you're a god and a queen. But today, I'm going to tell you why you're a god and a queen. I'm going to put you on the right path to understanding why you're a god and a queen. This is a challenge. And what I'm going to say is going to make sense. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to. But just keep listening. I'm going to get real deep. I'm going to go deeper. But the original Trinity was man, woman, child. The family structure. Whether you believe you're a god yourself or you serve the Creator, you need to adhere by the family structure. And a piece of you need to know what it's for. I talk about game and I talk about deep shit, but see, I'm real deep. Fellas, I can do what I want because I know this shit. See what I'm saying? I don't believe in Christ's consciousness is because it's another man's documentation of what he perceives, you know, Jesus' interpretation of enlightenment. A lot of these people can't tell you when Christianity started. Christianity started right after the death of Jesus Christ. And like I said, Jesus Christ wasn't talking to me and you, the common person, the layman, the average person, all the time. They were talking to their disciples. So a lot of things get put out of context because we're taking things for face value that aren't even meant for us or a position that we're in. He has 12 disciples. Choose who you think he's talking to. Jesus, whether speaking to you or me, he was speaking to his disciples. He had 12 of them. So, read them and weep if you want to. So much stuff you got to learn about, the opposite sex is ridiculous as a man and as women. You got to learn about neurology. You got to learn about numerology. You got to learn about spiritual realms, unseen, why things are the way they are. You got to learn about, letters. You got to learn about, that's going off topic. But, so Nature Boy, like, I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in Christ consciousness. And I can go in deeper, but for the sake of the show, y'all already probably lost a whole bunch of people. People are like, what? What is he talking about? But we're talking about Nature Boy. I just got hip to him, honestly. I'm not bashing the brother as a character. He means well. I'm not gonna say he's a fucked up person. He means well. I'm pretty sure. But I don't 100% agree with what he says. Or his philosophy too much. See, I know where he's coming from, and I do agree with a positive message. But him using terms, to clear, and I agree with him on, using terms on, to clear the air on manifesting and speaking things into reality. Those are laws of attraction. But those laws will never change. You see what I'm saying? Those are that's a piece of the things that we need to adhere to as humans. But like any real dude like myself, I question his logic on things. And a lot of women aren't going to question it. A lot of y'all ladies, y'all hear the philosophy. You got to learn how to question things. Y'all just going to run the game real quick. So that's the thing. I guess I'm ranting. You got to question things, man. So, you have to learn how to question it. A lot of women aren't going to question a lot of the things that he says. See, my problem with certain things is religion and consciousness, with religion and consciousness, and how is really how people find it. When you're at a low point, in your life, you're really vulnerable. And when people find, consciousness and religion, they're at a low point in their life, and it makes them vulnerable to any information that has any kind of sensible philosophy behind it, because you need clarity on things, man. The reason why people come to my page, you need clarity on certain things. If I'm talking about the conscious community and talking about game and talking about how to get women and women how to act in a relationship, or how to things that you can do for your man, or just clarity on certain topics, you're looking for clarity. You wouldn't, or you're open-minded. You're looking for clarity on certain things. You see, I study this kind of philosophy and text just for fun, and a lot of it came through me looking for clarity on things. I'm not here because a nigga broke my heart, or I was so wrapped up into other things so much to the point it exploded on me, and I felt I had to get away. But a lot of women are. See what I'm saying? I study for purpose and knowledge. I love to accumulate knowledge. But you gotta learn geography. You gotta learn different things. You gotta learn other way of life, man. As a player and just as a man. And that's and women too, man. And that's with a lot of women, man. A lot of women, they're searching for what I'm gonna give you in today's show. The good thing about Nature Boy is that I overall agree with his message of positivity. Even though I laugh and I make jokes and stuff, I respectively see where he's coming from. His messages are more positive than a lot of different things out here. Because, I see the psychology in what he's doing. You have to leave the city, man. It's a hectic lifestyle living here, man. Especially if you don't understand it or what it's for, or can't make sense of the things that you're going to be going through in your day-to-day life, man. It's like a vacation, you have to get away. And with being in a tropical environment, it's like natural. And, being in a tropical environment, walking around naked, it's a release. But what it does is it opens you. It opens you and it tends to your soil. I'm talking about your mind. It tends to your soil, and you can be able to be, you can be open with yourself. You're naked, you're open, you're vulnerable, you're open to learning game. It's a psychological thing behind that. You're open to be laced with game. And a lot of women in the city live hectic lifestyles. And some of these lifestyles are by chance, and some of them are self-imposed, whether she wants to take responsibility for it or not. So a lot of things, that they're going to be going through are dismissive. But here's the game that I'm going to give you on today's show. You ready? Are you ready? Ladies, this is what let me give you some clarity on yourself that these spiritual and conscious niggas and all these niggas in the church and all that shit ain't gonna say to you. Let me quote me. Hold on. Quote me. Let me give you some real game about yourself. I'm telling you, man, these little hotep niggas, man, they don't got shit for you. I'm telling you, man. Let me tell you some shit about yourself. Are you ready? You have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so listen. As a woman, let's talk in spiritual terms, or just real terms. As a woman, your real problem is that you are God. All of us are. You are God. And you are the God that you seek. Right, ladies? But what you don't understand is your problem. I understand your problem. Because I'm a man. We're talking about higher level consciousness and manhood. You want to talk about some higher conscious shit? Listen to what I'm about to tell you. You are a God, but you are a God that don't understand your problem. If you want to talk about gods, come on, y'all call yourself queens and gods. Let's talk. Let's God talk. Let's get into the mode of God talking. God talk. Let's talk in terms of creation. This is the context. Let's talk. Ladies, you are such a God that you don't understand your own problem. You've got so lonely with yourself and your own power and your own wiles of being a woman. You've gotten so lonely with yourself and your own perfection that it became your imperfection. You've gotten so lonely with yourself and your imperfection that it became your imperfection. You've gotten so lonely that you wanted to create, not just art. You wanted to create, but not just create. You wanted to create something better than you theoretically. This is why, theoretically, you are incomplete. You are theoretically incomplete. You're creating with your own projections. Your own projections as a woman. Due to how you live in the now and interpretate your own reality. You're creating with your projections and your thoughts, ladies. If you don't believe me, look at your perception of your ideal man, the type of guy that you really want. Write it down if you have nothing to do. You think of the perfect guy almost, right? The perfect guy. He has to be this immaculate man. See, I can tell you about this because, to a certain degree, I have to be a manifestation of that perfect man that you think. You understand that? To a certain degree. God body. Telling you some real shit. You think of the perfect guy almost. And, now what I want you to do, since you're a God, imagine trying to create this perfect guy. Not date him or be with him, but create him. Have you ever seen a woman talk about her ideal man? Unrealistic. Unrealistic in a lot of cases. So, they try to talk about, when you listen to them talk about their ideal man, you will get your answers there, fellas. And you have to look at, women that are raising sons. Look at how they're trying to raise their sons. They're not raising him in a realistic mindset. Reason why you have a lot of problems out here with the men and the single boys from single parent households. I know this because I came from a single parent household. Not exposing my imperfection or giving niggas gasoline and say, oh, so this is why you think the way you do. No. I see what you're trying to do there. You're trying to be slick. But let's get back into your problem, ladies. See, the reason why you're incomplete, ladies, is because of our existence here on this planet. You have to understand this realm. You are incomplete because of your lack of knowledge of this realm, which comes from men. This is why men sell you on their philosophy. This is why, fellas, this is important that you have a philosophy with you when you talk to women. Just about anything, not just religion. Literally giving y'all the game. Every embryo starts off in the womb as female. Every embryo starts off as female. So once you penetrated the egg, because you are existing in this lifetime, you are born a winner already. You are already female. You start off as female in the womb. And when the embryo completes itself, he becomes a male. He becomes a complete being, which is male. Female. Deficiency. Male is neither good or bad. It just is what it is. A male is a mutation of female that is genetically bred by woman. The male is genetically bred by women to be better than herself. You understand that? Which he is better. A male is better. But see, I know y'all gonna disagree, but listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. A male is a mutation of a female that is genetically bred by women to be better than herself, which is better. That's why she looks to him and his ideology and his manhood and his seeds to bring forth again. And his philosophy and ideology and manhood to accommodate those seeds that he gives her in the physical. We're talking about the physical plane when we talk about Earth and being here. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience. So what's worth more? You know what I'm saying? A woman is a mirror. That's why Hotep niggas use the term reflection. And in general, reflection. We are reflections. But the thing is that, a woman is a mirror. And a man is the image. A man gives a mirror the image to reflect. You see what I'm saying? When you give a woman your seeds, she creates a child. When when you give a woman something, she creates it better. Which is a god. See what I'm saying? So the thing is that a woman is a mirror. And she has created a reflection, which is man. But what's worth more, the image or the reflection? See what I'm saying? I'm getting sidetracked. But what's worth more? The image or reflection. You see, a mirror means nothing if it has nothing to reflect. See what I'm saying? A mirror reflecting another mirror is just going to be a mirror within a mirror within a mirror within a mirror. A mirror means nothing if it has nothing to reflect. So, speaking of, this is how I said you got so wrapped up in your your perfection that it made you imperfect, ladies. I'm using metaphors, man. So if this mirror has nothing to reflect, women are gods in the sense of being the creator. They open the portal of life. They are the portal. Your vagina is a portal to life. It brings forth life. But she are God. I said she are God. She is a God. Women are gods. In the sense of being the creator, they open the portal of life. But she's made something better than herself to better herself. Did y'all get that? Women are gods because she made something better than herself, which is man, to better herself. So she needs to understand her relationship here with a man. But which came first, ladies, the chicken or the egg? You see, in the image and to defense of what we call our creator, God, what it does is it puts our purposes here. Our purpose is already here. So it puts our purpose here and then it puts us here. See, your purpose comes before you do because you get born out of purpose. Your purpose comes before you do, which is why your need for existence is needed to be breaded into reality. Your purpose has been here before you were here. So man was placed here with a purpose, and from his rib came a woman. Manhood is the most downplayed thing on this planet. Women cannot understand their counterparts because attention is so fixated on them. And, attention is so fixated on women. Their frivolity. It's just for frivolity, man. And, they'll never understand themselves as gods and their goals because, it's so a frivolous attention. They'll never understand themselves as God and their goals until manhood is uplifted and understood. You have to uplift manhood. You have to understand your creation, ladies. Stop worrying about yourself all the time. This is where she finds her role in being with a man. Being a god to him with her power to understand him by understanding herself. Because women, guys, they're all your doctors. She's a nurturer. She gives you nutrition. You breastfeed. They're your nurturers. You're many things to him, learning how to properly serve him, which is going to make him serve you. Understand your creation, ladies, because your creation serves you. Modern day millennials are too wrapped up in trying to be their creation. A lot of women want to be the guy, and then they miss the whole boat. For lack of better metaphor, a 120-pound woman cannot pull a 240-pound man up onto a ledge. But a 240-pound man can pull two women up onto a ledge and lift her up so she can reach her heights. You see what I'm saying? Per arm. So when women don't understand her role and respect manhood to see the type of God that she plays in her situation, she therefore shorts herself with her own creation. When women don't understand her role and respect manhood to see the type of God that she plays in her situation, she therefore shorts herself with her own creation. Ladies, you are God. You are God in a sense of you can create something better than you, because that creation that is better than you is always going to have to look back to you as being his creator. So you are God. You are God in a sense of being the creator of something better. And being the creator of something better, so you can learn from and become better. That's the family structure. That's the Trinity. But listen, man, I'm just a black man. You don't have to listen to me. That's enough game for today. I think I went in deep today. Go back and listen to what I'm saying, though. I mean, I know a lot of it's it's ignorant. Chris is so ignorant. But, I mean, what you gonna do? So, we're gonna get back into the mix, man. Ladies, man, believe in your man. And believe in manhood. And learn how to uplift manhood, man. I'm just a black man. You don't have to listen to me, though. That's enough for today. I went in deep enough. Believe in your man and properly learn how to choose, man. So it's Sunday, man. I'm going to get back into my daily festivities, man. This is Player Talk Radio. We kind of got deep on today's show. Today's the longest show I've ever recorded. Let's get back into the mix, man. It's DJ Young Kuda on the motherfucking ones and twos, man. Hopefully y'all got laced with some real game, man. Trust me, ladies, man. Trust me. I got way more game. I just only touched the surface. Did I massage your brain? Let's get into the mix, man. DJ Young Kuda on the motherfucking ones and twos is Player Talk Radio, man. Players, man. Listen to how. Go look up Nature Boy, man. This is free promotion for him. I ain't no hater. Shout outs to Nature Boy. And I got hip to him because what's her name? Let me see if I can find her name. I got hip to Nature Boy because Sage Queen. Some girl named Sage Queen that I'm friends with, which is cool. She's cool. I like her. She's cool, cute chick. I guess she was exiled, or he called her a demon or some shit. And I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I don't know what the hell happened. But that's how I got hip to him. I started realizing that. But I was already on a rant about how these spiritual niggas really get y'all ladies caught up in they bullshit. But anywho, take the game out of what I said tonight, man. Ladies, believe in your man by properly learning how to choose, so that you don't have to look down on manhood and trust me. Let's get into the mix, man. Email me at playertalk8@gmail.com. Email me at playertalk8@gmail.com. Let's get into it. Don't be out in the jungle bullshit now. Take your ass home and learn some real shit. Let's get it.
Made it to LA, yeah. Finally in LA, yeah. Looking for the weed, though. Trying to make my own, though. Calling for Maria. Lost without Maria. By diving a marina. So trust me, baby, trust me. Trust me, baby, trust me. Trust me, baby, trust me. I don't mind. Trust me, baby, trust me. Trust me, baby, trust me. Trust me, baby, trust me. I don't mind. Trust me, trust me. Trust me, trust me. Trust me, trust me. Travis Scott. Call your friends, let's get drunk. 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 Hey!
You're now in the mix with the young DJ Kuda.
Tonight we gon' be going in.
Let's get it.
On Player Talk Radio.
Let's get drunk. 12 more hours left for us in a day. I've drinking all day. I've been floating all day. Bring your ass over here now. You know what, how I stay. I've been gone for some time now. I just want a little taste. Mix, pour.
Link, call your friends, let's get drunk.
Sip it slow.
Call your friends, let's get drunk.
Hold on, froze. Come on over, get drunk.
Damn girl, I'll be up late. If you want, you can meet me at the studio. Let's get drunk. Yeah, I've been drinking all night. Take a shot, all we got is Don Julio. Yeah, I'm guessing this is new to you. Thinking about all the things that I would do to you. Them lips on fire, and them hips don't lie, girl. I just wanna see what that booty do. Let's lose each other's mind. Link, call your friends, let's get drunk.
Sip it slow. Hold on, froze. Come on over, get drunk.
Damn girl, I'll be up late. If you want, you can meet me at the studio. Let's get drunk. I've been drinking all night. Take a shot, all we got is Don Julio. Yeah, I'm guessing this is new to you. Thinking about all the things that I would do to you. Them lips on fire, and them hips don't lie, girl. I just wanna see what that booty do. Let's lose each other's mind. Let's make each other's night. Take advantage of time. Don't leave us intertwined. Girl, I want you when the rocks don't chase you. We should've checked it out, won't waste you. I know you stay sober. I'm sure a few drinks won't face you.
Call your friends, let's get drunk.
You're now in the mix with the young DJ Cuda.
Now we gon' be going in.
Let's get it.
On Player Talk Radio.
Call your friends, let's get drunk.
Call your friends, let's get drunk. Call your friends, let's get drunk. Press the mama for a week, and she did it for free. Call your friends, let's get drunk. Yeah, that thing wet, baby, I need to ski. Call your friends, let's get drunk. Yeah, I need to ski. Yeah. Running back, pull a track. Then I must be racing that. My mama still got my back. Hey, pull down your pants, I won't ride. Yeah, I'm growing weed, this ain't trees, bitch. My bitch brown like Hennessy, bitch. Spit blood like Freddy and Dreams, bitch. Dressed in the top like the Dean, bitch. Drunken in love, my baby. Baby, do not go fat, close to the low. Hey, tell me information, I got rain. Let's take a shot together, then lay up like planks. Never ever do I wanna leave my little light. Petrol down, bad down, they got a plan for that boy. Wait, yeah. Oh God, if I get up, I stop, watch out, won't be like. Every time I try to stick her in all the way, baby girl be like, ay.
Call your friends, let's get drunk. Call your friends, let's get drunk.
Call your friends, let's get drunk. Call your friends, let's get drunk.
Call your friends, let's get drunk. Call your friends, let's get drunk.
Call your friends, let's get drunk. Call your friends, let's get drunk. Call your friends, let's get drunk. Call your friends, let's get drunk. Yeah.
See, that was a year and 13 days ago. I got a year and 13 days on y'all with this shit, man. So, y'all not telling me nothing new about no goddamn Nature Boy. That's a year and 13 years. I said a year and 13 years. A year and 13 days ago. So, give yourself 13 days, and then give yourself a year, and then play it again, and nigga, that's what happened a year ago. Or whatever. I don't give a fuck, man. Listen, we are out the building, man. It's Players Talk Radio. It's DJ Kuda. Catch into the next show, man. We got some shit to talk about. Let's get it. Player Talk Radio.